Hey everyone, my name is Joseph Ellick, award-winning multimedia journalist from South Florida, and I'm representing NABJ South Florida on our new installment of a new show called Fun Friday Media Chats. Now, these chats are dedicated to young media professionals across the nation who are making a difference, but they are from South Florida and they're representing us, and we want to learn what they're doing every day. And today we have amazing guests. Jermell Dante representing NBC Universal. Jermell, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you, man. You've been part of NABJ South Florida for a long time. People don't know this, but I'm taking your reign. You've been gone. I wanted to ask you real quick, man, just a few questions. What made you get into media, and other than that, what made you get into media, and what show or personality like helps you like boost you on, give you a little push up? You be like, I like what he doing, or I love what that show. I want to be part of media.
Number one, I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be the first guest in this installment of Friday Fun Media Chats. Congratulations for all that you're doing and for elevating what you're doing with NABJ South Florida with the digital team and everything like that. I think everything looks phenomenal. So, round of applause for my boy Joseph Ellick.
We may have some applause here.
All around. So to answer your question, what got me into the media? Honestly, I've always known from an early age that I wanted to be in the media in some kind of aspect. So in elementary school, it started very young. So I started a newspaper in my elementary school called the Third Grade Gazette. And I knew that I wanted to be a journalist. However, I knew that I did not want to be a struggling journalist. I didn't want to be a broke writer, sitting, in candlelight typing and stuff like that. That life, I didn't want it. So when I went through school, went to Florida A&M University, went to school initially for public relations, and I thought I wanted to be a publicist. For like movies or TV shows, music, something like that. But then with interning, I fell into newsrooms, and having that experience in newsrooms is what led me to the news side of digital media. And I've been here ever since. And as far as like what character or TV personality that really kind of motivated me to do this. I'm a '90s kid, and
Yes, you
I'll
are.
take it back to Martin. And you, if you remember what Martin, what his profession was, he was a talk show host.
He
He was
was.
a radio personality, and to see him, this cool black dude, he's on air, he's connecting with the community, he's doing his thing, and he's doing it, fictionally, but in real life at the same time. And I just thought that was so cool. And then just to watch that, watch him grow from first the radio, then to have his own talk show. I just thought that was inspirational and funny. I'm a huge Martin fan. So yeah, that definitely motivated me to kind of, keep going.
As a millennial baby myself, millennials are from 81 to 96.
Yes, sir.
As a 90s baby myself, Martin is a crucial element of all of our lives. So
Yes.
when he did radio, I wanted to do radio. When he did TV, I was the love doctor for 20 years, right? And it never worked, but he beat me to it, right? So I was the love doctor as well. I wanted to ask you too. Now on your journey, you've been doing so much. Like you're young, you're in media, you're going up the ranks. A lot of people don't see young people go up the ranks. They don't see the journey of it. I wanted to ask you what kind of annoying obstacles that continuously pop up on your journey to be successful in the media industry, and what are they, and how do you overcome them?
I mean, everything kind of annoys me, to be honest with you. I have like a billion pet peeves, but I think the smallest ones to me are also the big ones. But I think it's just like, going into meetings, and for me, many times I'm literally the only person of color. And, and I guess when a little part of that is, I might make a reference to something and nobody would catch it. It's just like it goes over everyone's head, and in my head, it's literally hilarious. I'm dying at the joke that I just told, and it's crickets in the room or in the Zoom because nobody really got it because they are unable to really connect or relate to the reference that I called out or anything like that. But I mean, I think that's the most irritating part about going up the ladder, I guess you could say, in the media.
Listen, that I think that's we're NABJ South Florida, and NABJ we represent minorities in media, and that's kind of always a problem, and soon it takes for us and the younger generation to kind of fix those issues and kind of bring them up so we can address them, man. And you are someone who's defeating the mold. I want to ask you something funny, so let's ask something real funny then.
Let's go.
The mood, cause we got deep there.
We did. We got deep real quick. I didn't mean to go there.
I didn't mean to. It's supposed to be a fun Friday media chat. So I want to say what has been so far. We can count college into this. Now I'm gonna count college into this. What's been the funniest moment that you had or you seen someone have in the newsroom in your career? One of the funniest.
That is a great question. Okay, I got it already.
Okay.
So I did an interview. Go back a little bit. So I had a very short stint as the man on the mix, which is NBC6's entertainment show, Six in the Mix. And I would talk about, trending stories, what's going on digital and stuff like that. So I had the chance to interview Tommy Davidson. And if you don't know who Tommy Davidson is, he is the voice of the father on The Proud Family. He was in like all kind of 90s movies, like
In Living Color.
Comedian. Originally from In Living Color. Like he's
there we go.
But so I think it was after the interview, he came up to me and he was like, yo, you know what? You look like someone. And I was like, I get that a lot, but like I look like everybody. But he was like, no. You look like somebody. And he was like, give me a second. This guy went on his phone and Googled something, and he turned his camera around, and it was some like 1920 Sesame Street character. I forgot the guy's name, but I'm not even lie. This dude literally looked just like me. It was like a brown Muppet with hair like short, spiky, faded on the side, and like all I could do was laugh at it. Like everybody in the room like fell out once he turned the camera around and showed who he was and put it right next to my face.
All right, it's cool. So you in media, you're young. You are ambitious, but it's certain things as a young media professionals that I know we look forward to during the day. And one of those times is lunch. So what has been, or what is your go-to lunch spot? And right now I believe you're in Texas. So if it's something different, put us on. So when we go to Texas, we know to go there. What's your go-to? I can't wait to go to lunch. I gotta come eat.
So I work remotely, so really I'm always in my house, and I'm a cook. Like I love to cook, so I cook a lot. But I think I eat a lot of chicken wings. Like chicken wings are my favorite thing on the planet. During the pandemic, everything changed. And I thought, like working from home, this is going to be a piece of cake. I thought I could work from my bed, and that's what a lot of people think that working from home is. I can't do it. I made that mistake several times. I've overslept. I've slept through meetings. Took a power nap and overslept the whole day. Definitely can't keep myself too comfortable because I'm a sleeper. I love to sleep. And, if I get too comfortable, I'm out. So I have to keep myself uncomfortable, especially working from home. I have to be very cognizant about that.
Because you can't be in the bed because your mental memory, your muscle memory thinking in bed, we're laying, TV on, computer on, I'm editing, I'm writing, I'm doing everything at once. All right, bro, it's time to lay down. The pillow's behind you. I get it. I understand.
Yes,
young
exactly.
people understand. I think because of the change of the world and how everything's going, I think that's probably our biggest challenge is the bed. Like not working. A lot of people are working from home. I think everyone should. This is my opinion, fun opinion, that everyone should get a little nook or a little area where they should work. Where you can leave, get something in the kitchen, take it there, sit down and work, and that's probably cool. But I understand what you're saying, man. That's big time. How do you take being from South Florida and add that to either your personality or your job? What do you take from where you from and bring it to your own style or bring it to the media world?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm from Broward County, Fort Lauderdale. We can even go a little bit narrower. I'm from Sunrise, Florida, and I went to Piper High School. And so I went to at the time, Piper was very diverse. And, I was a chameleon, you know what I mean? So I kind of got along with everybody, you know what I mean? Like all the different, groups of friends and, personalities and stuff like that. And I think just being in that environment, it really helps me to, I guess, to adapt now to all of the different places that I go now, I guess you could say, from boardrooms to networking events to just events to being in a newsroom, and to really connect with different people and just be myself. So one thing that I'm very big on is I'm always myself, and I think just being from South Florida and being, around so many different people, I'm able to, connect with people and just kind of relate to them on a personal level, I guess, just by being myself and just by smiling. A smile can really break down any barrier. It can open a window for a conversation. I don't know. I don't even know if that answers the question, but really just being myself really allowed me to succeed, in all of these different scenarios and situations outside of Fort Lauderdale. Because now I'm in Dallas, and it's a complete different place from South Florida. And I've never lived anywhere outside of Fort Lauderdale. Rather than going to school in Tallahassee and spending internships in either New York or LA, but even in those situations, still being able to channel what I've learned and who I've become from being from Broward, into these different places.
Moving on to Justin, from where you from, and you've been telling us about your media career, and we talk about some fun things. But what's your initial end game for media? What's your end goal on where you want to be, where you want to go in this media world?
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us, for the most part, are still trying to, figure that out and answer that question for ourselves. And to be honest with you, I really do not know, but I know that what I want to do and what I want to provide is, a lot of what I do right now is to, help get as many eyes in front of content that that our NBC stations produce. As if it's on Apple TV, if it's on the apps, if it's on social media, whatever. So what I want to do is really provide a platform for people to tell their own stories and kind of flip the model around. Yes, as reporters and anchors and stuff like that, we tell the stories of the communities, but I would prefer the communities to be able to tell their own stories in their own voice. So, I mean, I would love to facilitate or, build some kind of platform to have that in environment. But then also, I still want to, ride this wave with NBC as long as I can, up the chain of command to really open the door for more people of color, under me to really be able to have a seat at the table. And I'm gonna ride this wave for as long as I can until I get over it. However, it's definitely it's hard, being in the media, especially the stories that we report every single day, and the climate that we're in. It's taxing not only on our physical bodies but our mental. health as well. And mental health is huge to me. But like I said, I'm gonna ride this wave until I just can't do it anymore. I think I don't know. I do put a lot of thought to this, and my mind is all over the place. So this response may be a little scattered, but I even would even consider going on the public relations side again. Maybe being communications director for the airport, or BSO or something like that. But that's after this media thing is, I feel like I've, accomplished what I've come to accomplish, or what I've, attempted to accomplish. But I think for the most part, what I want to do is really just open the door for as many people of color to come in and have a seat at the table. Until there's more people of color in positions of power, nothing is going to change. And I say that all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that. I wanted people. I wanted young people. I wanted people who are right now in the newsroom doing digital marketing or digital media, or doing writing for some of the personalities, to know that you may not know what you want to do right now, and just you being in that environment, you will find out what you want in due time, and it's something you should do. So hashtag it, NABJ South Florida, hashtag in due time. Let's do that.
In due time.
And that's what I want you to do. It's okay. Jermell is an amazing person. He's telling you, just take your time. You'll find out what you want to do. Just keep grinding, and you'll find it out. Now, something more fun. Now, let's set the mood.
Let's go.
All right, you're waking up. Right now, you're working from home, so it's still the same. People don't know when you work from home or you're driving to work. It's still the same. There's a preparation. It's a mental preparation. There's a body preparation. We do something like I call the dragon breath. We getting ready. What is Jermell's go-to song right now?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to work. It's almost time for work. Let me play music, because I know all of us play songs or music. Young people play music before we go to work. We need it. We won't survive. So what is your go-to song right now before you go to work?
So this isn't necessarily.
Be honest, Jermell. Be honest.
I'm gonna be very honest.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a turn-up song. I have to start my days off with a little bit of Jesus. So I listen to a lot of gospel music in the morning. We love the Lord over here. We gotta start the day in prayer, meditation, and I start. Some mornings, I could find myself, doing a little praise and worship dance over here. So, I guess it is kind of a turn up, but yeah, it's a lot of gospel music in the morning. But you know what? I would probably say, what song in particular? One song that really gets me lit in the morning, one gospel song that gets me lit in the morning is Kanye's Super Sunday Choir. But it's oh my God, what song is it? It's Rain Down on Me. So when he remixed the SWV's version, at the end of it, towards the end of it, like he pulls out these snare drums, and the snare drums just go crazy. And for some reason, it just hits my spirit, and it takes me back to like FAMU at the same time with the Marching 100. It just does something for me, and it just kind of takes me up there and gets me ready to deal with the world, which is not easy sometimes.
First, I wanted to say, we don't condone anything he says about anything, but we do appreciate his music, and his music does move people, and I don't think that will ever change.
That's a great point, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I really want to call attention to that, actually, because I think what Kanye is doing, he's literally going through some kind of mental health crisis, and he's begging for help. So I think, and even not even Kanye, I think when you see people acting out in certain kind of ways, they're calling for help. So instead of judging people and saying, well, let's cancel him, or let's not listen to him, like help him, help that person, help your brother, help your sister, help your neighbor. That's what we're supposed to do. So
to end it off, to end this conversation, man, thank you for coming, and thank you for being part of this. But I want to ask, what advice would you give anyone, any young people, or any body that wants to follow in your footsteps, or going into the industry, the media industry, and be a part of this? What advice would you give to grow, to be successful, and to be patient, or in totality, what advice would you give?
Yeah. And I'll just pretty much say, the same thing that I tell, all college students anytime they ask this question. I would say try to get as many internships as you possibly can when you're in school, because that's what's really going to, number one, let you know if you really want to do this, to give you that, firsthand, in person, in real life experience of being, in the media, in the newsroom, in the studio booth, outside recording, whatever you want to do. Just try to get a internship that will, facilitate that kind of experience, but also, internships that, might open your eyes to a different aspect of the industry. Like I said, when I went to school, I wanted to be a publicist, but in doing my internships, it opened my eyes to being inside the newsroom, working specifically in digital with social media. I didn't know you could get paid for sending out tweets and Instagram posts and Facebook posts and Instagramming live and stuff like that. And that's how I got into the media. I started off as a social media producer. I didn't even know that was a thing. And had I not had an internship, I wouldn't be here right now. Doing audience development and working with all of these different stations, and leading their digital teams to strategically grow their Facebook pages, their Instagram pages, their apps, their Roku channels, their Apple TV stations, like all of that. And that all started from being from doing an internship. So get as many internships as you can, and that's the one way that you're going to get real life experience. And also, don't be afraid. Check fear at the door. A closed mouth don't get fed. If you're scared, you're literally going to stay exactly where you are. And if where you are is where you're comfortable, then by all means stay there. But if you want more, if you want to do more, if you want to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to look fear in the face and overcome it. So internships, and don't be afraid. Two pieces of advice.
Gave was perfect advice. Man, we want to thank you, man, for being a part of this, man. This fun Friday media chat. We hope to hear from you soon. I want you to keep grinding and keep representing South Florida, and keep being an inspiration to all of us, man. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I want to thank you guys for joining us today with our amazing guest, Jermell Dante, man, from NBC Universal. Fun Friday media chats. Come join us every Friday as we explore and dig into media with some young professionals, and tap into their journeys. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at NABJ South Florida. Visit our website, nabjsouthflorida.com, and just follow us on the same thing. Our Instagram, our social media is right here below as well. Thank you guys for coming. And what we're going to do from now on, when we leave, we're going to hashtag in due time. And we're also going to salute.